Hey guys, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. I'm excited to be back here on YouTube on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon because I want to talk about something a little bit different, which is Selling Tampa, which is the black version of Selling Sunset. If you're not already watching Selling Sunset, then what the hell are you doing? It's like $1 Million Listing on Bravo, but with more women and more drama. Okay, so if you take that and then turn it black, you get more blackness, more black women, and more drama. What else do you need for a great reality TV series? So in this video, we are going to recap the first 3 episodes. I'm really excited about the situation. Of course, you guys can watch it on Netflix. I believe it is 8 episodes. It's really good. It's prime luxury real estate. Beautiful women, beautiful fashions, beautiful dramas, beautiful everything. Okay, beautiful everything. Netflix did a really great job so far. I will say that it does seem like this version of Selling Sunset is definitely a little bit rough around the edges, but the drama is definitely there, and I'm really excited about the situation. So first things first, OWN has their own reality show called Ladies Who List, which is based in Atlanta. A lot of black women coming together selling real estate in Atlanta. I think it premieres in January on OWN. So that's really interesting. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are going to tune into that. I find it very fascinating that Netflix decided to come out with Selling Tampa around the same time that OWN is coming out with Ladies Who List. Okay, I felt like that was some strategic planning on both of the networks' parts. So I thought that that was really interesting. And do you guys remember a show on WeTV called Selling It in the ATL? Okay, they had a Selling It in the ATL and a Cutting It in the ATL. Cutting It was basically like the hairstylist, the women who sold hair and did hair. And then you had Selling It, which was like, the black women real estate agents in Atlanta. They had another one on WeTV. I think they were in Houston, Texas or something like that, where they were like lawyers. WeTV used to have a really good wide array of shows. I don't know what the hell happened to them. Okay, they got the Braxtons, and then, the network just went downhill from there. Now they're doing marriage boot camp and all of that great stuff. But yeah, if you've ever seen Selling It in the ATL, it is extremely similar to that, okay? But this show has more of a budget, okay? There's a lot more of a budget, and it's shot a lot more. It's just better. The way that they shot the reality show is just better. It's, like I said, a higher budget, and it's just technically there, okay? The cinematography for Netflix's reality shows are like the best in the business right now. Okay, as a reality show connoisseur, Netflix has the technical aspect on lock. So go ahead, hop on to Netflix and check out Selling Tampa. All right, so you have Sharelle, who is basically the owner of this, what is it called? Allure Realty, which is the brokerage, right? Sharelle opened up the brokerage 2 years ago. She hired all black women. Okay, we love to see it. We love to see it. And she is currently dating Chad Ochocinco, and I believe she is pregnant with his child, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, fact check me in the comments down below, because they really haven't gone into that situation a lot yet. But like I said, I'm only on episode 3. And I just found that to be really interesting, how Chad Ochocinco is yet connected to another woman doing yet another reality show. Interesting, okay? Of course, if you don't know who Chad is, he was the football player. I think he head bumped Evelyn. That was a whole scandal and those things. So if y'all watch Basketball Wives, y'all know the situation. Okay, so you have the 2 youngest real estate agents, Anne Sophie, I believe her name is, and Colony. And so far, I think those 2 are my favorites, besides Tennille. Tennille is, I think, my ultimate favorite. I love Tennille, but I also love Carla too. Okay, I like a lot of the girls. But yes, Anne and Colony are the young hot tenderonis, and they wear like these skimpy club outfits to professional outings, which I think is interesting, right? And they have this thing where they want to sell homes, but they also want to find men at the same time, like turn their clients into their boyfriends. which I don't really have an issue with that, but it's just borderline problematic. Like, you need to be focused on selling the houses, and then the man will follow suit, right? And then you have this lady by the name of Tanil. Tanil, to me, I love her. I think she's my favorite so far. She kind of fades into the background. She doesn't really have that much of a storyline. But again, I'm only 3 episodes in. Okay. But she's kind of like a tell it like how it is, right? She keeps it real. You can tell that she's very stern and has a very dominant presence and dominant personality, and I absolutely love it. You have Juana, and Juana is like Chanel's, it's her name Chanel? Sharelle, excuse me. Sharelle's right-hand man. Okay, so Sharelle is the owner of Allure. Then you have Juana, who is the right-hand man, the teacher's pet. So Tanil says that Juana is in everyone's business. She's the teacher's pet. Therefore, she has nicknamed her HR. Okay, so whenever they see Juana, they say, hey, HR. Okay, because you in everybody's business. You're a snitch. You're a mole. You're only having conversations with the other agents so that you can then run back to Miss Sharelle, who is busy getting knocked up by Chad Ochocinco. Okay, so let me give you guys some context to the situation. So the brokerage has this $9 million property, right? And they want to sell it with one of their agents. So they're having like this cocktail hour, this cocktail party to, help show clients this $9 million house, which in my personal opinion, the $9 million house was not worth $9 million. It was very ugly. Okay, the house was ugly. It was big. It was definitely a mansion, and it was definitely costing some millions. But $9 million was overpriced to be out there on a swamp, okay, that they called a lake, or what they call a waterfront property. Okay, not all waterfront property is cute. It definitely was looking like a swamp. The home was definitely older and out of date. It needed a lot of work, so I don't know why they were trying to cough up $9 million. Maybe that was the assessment for the land, but the house itself was ugly. Okay, so check it. They have a meeting about the $9 million ugly ass house, right? They're gonna do a cocktail hour. Joanna says that Ann and Colony, the young girls of the group, okay, the young hot tenderonis, she says to them, y'all don't know how to dress professionally. It's cocktail, but make it professional, okay? And in response, Ann and Colony basically called Joanna a grandma. They're like, do you want us to dress like a grandma? Okay, and that was some shade. Because Joanna is actually a grandmother, but she looks extremely young. So shout out to her. All right. So episode 2, y'all. Sharelle, okay, Chad Ochocinco's girl, right? The owner. She has a meeting with the group because she wants to change the commission split, okay? And this is where I was looking at Sharelle sideways, okay? I was like, okay, you wait for you to secure a deal, right? You wait to secure a deal with Netflix and the production company and stuff like that so that you can finally be on this reality TV series, so that you can basically come on camera, have a meeting with your real estate agents who have been loyal to you for 2 years at this point. And you tell these people, these women, that the commission is going to go from 95 to 5, which basically means when an agent makes a sale, they get 95% of their commission, and the 5% goes to Allure, the brokerage. Now, that's not the case. She's changing the split. Now it's like 80-20. Why are you changing it up now, sis? Okay, some financial troubles in the waters, honey. Okay, there's trouble in paradise. And nobody seemed to have a real issue with the situation except for Rena. And I was really surprised because I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me I'm going to get a pay cut and I'm not going to have no questions or concerns about the situation? That just seemed very disingenuous to me. Okay, if this was my livelihood, if this was how I made my money, and you told me that I was going to get a pay cut, I'm definitely coming to the boss with some questions. And Rena was the only one that had questions. Allegedly, the point of the commission being split up like this is to get some new lead generations, okay? Something that Jen Shaw be doing with the frauds and stuff like that. some lead generations, bigger and better marketing, things of that nature. Rena doesn't agree with the situation. Rena is one of the oldest real estate agents who's been with Sharelle since Sharelle. Is that her name? Yeah, Sharelle. I don't know why I keep forgetting the girl name. Rena has been with Sharelle since the very beginning. Okay, so she's an OG in the situation. She doesn't agree with the commission split because this is her livelihood, and you're basically telling her that she's getting a pay cut, which is a slap in her face. But it's not only that the commission is changing, it's that it's changing more frequently. So before the 80-20, it was 95-5. And before that, I'm assuming that the real estate agents were getting even more. Okay. So Rena is basically like, why does the split keep changing, sis? Okay, what is the real tea? Because you messing with my money at this point. And Sharelle's response is, well, we're going to have better lead generation. And Rena's like, okay, well, the lead generation is non-existent as it is because you don't give me no leads. Okay. And then Sharelle says, well, I've given you 5 leads. And Rena says, well, I've only made 2 sales off of those 5 leads. So your lead generation ain't shit, sis. So why are you switching up the commission? Okay, so Rena has an issue with the commission, and I don't blame Rena. Okay, and throughout this whole situation, I kind of felt as though the other agents should have had Rena's back because this affects everybody's money. Okay, this is affecting everybody's pockets. And they kind of just let Rena go off on a limb and stick her own neck. Okay, her own neck was on the line by basically confronting the owner, Sharelle, about the damn commission changing because it looks like, what's her name? Sharelle is having issues upkeeping, okay, and maintaining the brokerage, if you ask me. Okay, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so Sharelle basically chews Rena's head off. They have another meeting about the situation. Joanna, which is the right-hand man, HR. Okay, she basically says that she could have sworn that Ann also had an issue with the commission change. Child, Ann Sophie claps back, okay, and said, first off, I was sitting in that meeting just nodding my head, which is how I actively listen, and you should try it someday, Miss HR. Child, okay, it's the shade, it's the drama. I love how in this show, the ladies are very direct and kind of confrontational in a way. It's a slight confrontation. It's not like we finna fight type of confrontation, but it's just like they don't have a problem with being nosy and with another woman coming into the mix talking about some mind your business. I love how they can be kind of direct and confrontational, but it doesn't ever end up in like a fight or like a huge argument. I love that. But yeah, Joanna basically saying, Ann, I could have sworn that you had an issue with the commission change. And she was like, no, I was just nodding and actively listening. You should learn how to do the same, sis, okay? And learn how to mind your business. Okay, moving right along from that situation, you have a side storyline of Miss Joanna, okay, Miss HR. She's getting a divorce, but throughout the first 3 episodes, she's trying to act like everything's okay. And when the girl is really down, out, and depressed and crying and in tears that she's breaking up with her husband, Brian. Okay. So she's basically lying to the women about Brian. Okay. Trying to make it seem like she has her life together when she really doesn't. Okay. So that's just a side storyline. You can tell Joanna is one of those women that tries to put up a facade like everything is okay, but it's really not, and her life is really crumbling all the way down to the ground on this little TV show. And then speaking of depression, you also have a beautiful woman by the name of Carla. She really hasn't been, on her game as far as selling real estate. She was depressed after the pandemic. She also was going through a breakup. I believe she was with this man for about 10 or 11 years, and she's currently trying to get her shit together as well. So that was episode 2. All right, y'all. Last but not least, episode 3, and then we're going to go back to the lab and watch the rest of the season. Sharelle, shout out your Cinco's piece, okay, the owner of Allure, finds out that Rena got her broker's license from a third party, okay? So just to give y'all some more background information, Rena, which is the girl who basically had an issue with the commission split change, she is probably one of the older women of the group. I think I said that she was one of the OGs. She's been with Allure since the beginning. And she kind of feels undervalued in the brokerage, right? So she decided to get her broker's license, but she did not tell Sharelle. Okay, she did not tell Sharelle's world. So, I guess Sharelle finds out from a third party, another person, and I think another person was a producer to try to get the drama going, okay? Because they knew it was going to start some confrontation. Because Rena and Sharelle have not really been seeing eye to eye as of late, right? But Rena's basically upset that she had to find out that Rena got her broker's license from somebody else instead of from the horse's mouth. And I find it really interesting that Sharelle feels a way about Rena getting her broker's license, but had no sympathy or concern or compassion or patience when Rena had a concern about her money looking funny. How Mama Gina say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander with the hand like this. I mean, I'm just saying. So it is what it is. Let's see. Moving right along, you have the beautiful Alexis. She's another real estate agent. We've seen her throughout the first 2 episodes, but she really gets introduced in the 3rd episode. She's dating a football player. He's retiring, and now she's focusing on herself and her real estate. Okay, so I find that to be really interesting. She also tells us that Tanil, which is the lady that I like a lot, okay, the one that keeps it real. She tells us a story about Tanil and how a while ago, Tanil was basically using her, Alexis, to show homes to clients. But once she sold those homes, she never gave Alexis any piece of her commissions. So this is the 2nd incident dealing with the money looking funny. And I just got to make this observation. I don't know what's going on with Allure Realty, but it seems to me as though they don't know how to manage money. That's just my observation based off of the first 3 episodes. You have Alexis saying that she's being cut out of Tanil's commissions. And then you have, what's her name? Sharelle, the owner. She keeps on changing the commission split, which basically means that everybody's getting a pay cut. What's going on? What's going on with the money looking funny, honey? Okay, I don't like that. Okay, I do not like that. So yeah, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. So you have Rena, the woman who went behind Sharelle's back to get the broker's license. She is kind of like the new Davina, okay? And this is where things get really interesting, y'all, okay? Perk up, listen, because this is where a lot of the drama is going to come from. Rena, aka the Davina of the group, wants to leave the Allure Realty Group only after 3 episodes, okay? We've only known this woman for 3 episodes. Davina left and tried to do her own thing after 3 seasons. Rena said, yeah, I'm going to top that. I'm going to leave after 3 episodes. So Rena wants to leave. She's feeling undervalued. She doesn't feel like she is an integral part of the Allure team. She got her broker's license. She wants to start her own company. So she has a meeting with the young tenderonis, Ann, Sophie, and Colony, and basically tries to recruit them and is like, you know what? I think I want to start my own brokerage. Would you guys be open and maybe considering leaving Allure to work for me? And y'all, I looked at Rena. Okay, is it Rena or Rena? I can't remember. I looked at Rena like, what? Like, wrong road, sis. Okay, is you really finna be disloyal and bite the hand that's been feeding you in the real estate business? Not only did you get your broker's license and didn't tell Sharelle, which I don't have an issue with. You don't have to tell Sharelle shit. But you was kind of sneaky about the situation, okay? Now you want to do your own company, which is fine and dandy. That's your own prerogative. I don't have an issue with that either. But it's the fact that you want to take Sharelle's two best agents and recruit them for your brokerage. This is messy. Okay, this is really messy. And I cannot believe Rena fixed her lips, okay, to actually attempt to steal Sharelle's agents. I was floored at the situation. So I can already tell that a lot of the drama is going to span from this situation. Anne is here for it, okay? Anne Sophie is here for it because she shares some of Rena's sentiments about feeling undervalued and not really feeling like she's a part of the team. And so she's here for it, but Colony isn't. Okay, how Kim Zolciak said, my name is on the list and Nene's isn't. Okay, so Colony and Anne, they're like the young tenderonis. They're like best friends. Anne wants to leave. She wants to consider it. Colony's like, I'm a loyal ass bitch. Okay, I'm not considering shit. Okay, I'm going to remain and be on the winning team, ho. Okay, so it is what it is. And then going back to this $9 million house, I believe Anne Sophie was the only one, okay, the young hot tenderoni. She was the only one to bring in kind of sort of an offer on the home. I believe the first offer was $3 million, and she pulled her guy up, I believe his name was Peter, from $3 million to $4 million, which I still feel as though that's an insult on a $9 million property. $4 million on something that's listed at $9 million. Now, I don't know nothing about real estate, but I've seen enough of these reality shows based on real estate to know that that is just dumb. Okay, that is dumb. You need to at least come in at 6, 7, or 8, sis. Okay, 3 to 4 million on a $9 million property. What sense does that make? Okay, the math ain't mathin'. But even though her client was coming in with an extreme low ball insulting offer, out of all 7, 8, 9 of them, she was the only one that had a lead, okay, on selling the home. So it turns to find out that another brokerage got an agent to, I guess, get a client to buy the house. They end up losing the house. Sharelle ended up chewing Anne out for coming in with an insulting offer because she's like, at this point, while you're trying to get, your man up to $4 million, somebody already has bought the property for $7 million cash, sis. Okay, so it's a little too late. And I can kind of tell that, what's her name? Anne Sophie, she's going to feel some sort of way about the situation, which is probably going to make her consider Rena's proposition about starting her own brokerage. She's going to consider that a little bit more now that Sharelle done chewed the lady head off. Okay? So it is what it is. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are going to tune in to Selling Tampa. I think it's really interesting. I'm probably going to finish the series today, and then I will come back on here and give you guys my whole thoughts and recap on the entire series. So y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about the situation. I'm going to go ahead and log off. I love you guys, and don't forget to create a great day.